Good evening everyone, I'm Nat Adamopoulos and this is Full On Football, the show that promotes local South Australian football. Well, after our Scottish show last night where we did receive last week where we did receive a lot of emails and a lot of people that really enjoyed it, tonight we've got something new that we haven't had before, and that of course is we've got not one, not two, but three brothers that are going to be joining us as special guests tonight. Now, we've had lots of brothers that have played in South Australian football history. You've had players like John and Bugsy Niskelhus, you've had Henry and Marion Kalecki, who were deadly defenders, Ross and John Aloisi, and of course Tony and Aurelio Vidmar, who are all really stamped their authority within South Australian football. And tonight, let me tell you, I've got three deadly defenders that also have made their mark in South Australian football. So without further ado, we'd like to introduce them to you. Of course, right close to me, and I know that you're telling me I can't tell them apart. Well, I certainly can. We've got Michael Menechella from Campbelltown City, we've got Daniel Menechella from Metro Stars, and David Menechella from Metro Stars. Welcome to Full On Football, guys. Absolutely brilliant to have you on. Now, I know I've been talking about getting you on for so many, well, actually years now, hasn't it been? And I'm really happy that you've been able to join us. Now, basically, everyone knows about you. Everyone knows how strong you three are in defence. I mean, you've sort of been moving up a little bit of late, but I mean, it's fantastic that three brothers are still playing the game. And just interesting to see that you all did play for the one team at one stage, and that was Campbelltown all those years ago, Michael.
Yeah, good days. Yeah, most of the 90s we did that, so they were good days. It's a little bit different now playing against each other, but
it is actually, and it seemed to be that in 2001, after the 2001 season, you all went your separate ways. Now, of course, you went to Metro Stars, David, so you're still there, of course. Daniel, you went to Raiders, didn't you? Now, you played very well too. That was very successful for you as well.
Yeah, actually, the first year there, we won the premiership there, so that was good move at the time.
And you mean you stamped your authority within that side as well. And Michael, you of course went to first of all White City and was there for a few years, probably 4 years, and then you of course went to Modbury for a couple of seasons.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Now, I just want to know, basically, why did you move from Modbury? Was it because it was a change of guard and things were changing there, different coaches were coming in, and so you went to Campbelltown, or were you chased down by Campbelltown?
Yeah, a bit of both. Campbelltown was still looking for a defender, so there was an opportunity there. And Modbury, we put a pretty good side together that first year with the likes of Nathan Day and Trimboli and Westerville. Quite a few players, Mark Yates. But the premiership never really come around. The second year we fought relegation, really. So it was a good opportunity to go for a side that was going to compete for the premiership. So.
Fantastic. Well, and you have just slipped in beautifully into that Campbelltown side, and very, very strong and doing very well, which we're going to see later on. Now, David, I commend you on what you've done with your football career, because you had a horrific injury, knee injury. Was that, how long ago was that?
That was in 2004 when we were playing in the grand final, actually. So, yeah, had to have a full knee reconstruction, and yeah, it took me over a year to get back into it.
It did almost, basically about 18 months before you really started to get back on track, and you did so beautifully, because you came back, and last year you were able to win the club champion for Metro Stars, which is, fantastic to be able to do that, to come back from an injury like that. And to win that is just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I've got a lot of accolades for you.
Thank you.
No, fantastic. And of course, doing well again this year. Both sides, as we saw over the weekend, clashing in a huge game that was basically a chance to go top of the table. And well, there's only one of you that can actually take honours with that, and that of course is you, Michael.
Yeah, we'll take it.
It was a great match, wasn't it?
It was. It was a big game. That's what you play for. You play for big games, knife-edge sort of stuff. And it was. It
was, definitely. Now, look, I want to ask you something now. You're all very, very family orientated, and none more so than your parents support you so hugely, and they're so very, very proud of you. But I guess my question to you each separately is, who's been, apart from them, who's been your biggest influence on your career?
Apart from my parents?
Yes.
I don't know, it's a good question. My parents probably, other than that, probably my brothers, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, look, growing up, we played soccer every night in the backyard. Every night, home from school, get changed and play. They were good. You had energy. You were 17, 15, 16, you had plenty of energy. Now I got home. It's not the backyard sort of thing. So.
No.
But no, parents and probably my brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
And what about yourself, Daniel?
Yeah, I'd probably have to say the same, really.
Yeah.
Brothers. Yeah.
No one coach that stands out for you that, you know, sort of really influenced your football?
Oh, probably in the early days with Campbelltown was Rocky. I first started playing first team under him, so
yeah,
probably him a little bit too.
Yeah. And what about yourself, David?
Yeah, I'll probably have to say the same thing. Besides our parents, we sort of pushed each other to come up and play through the ranks, and probably one of the coaches that I had was Mario Boffa.
Yeah, yeah.
He had me up through the under-19s and then got me into the first team, and then when I left Campbelltown, he was actually coaching at Metro Stars that year. So yeah, probably he had a bit of an influence on my career.
Right. Now, just you were talking about Mario Boffa, and I'm wondering whether we can get this to have a look at this. This was a photograph that was, well, an article on you guys in the Advertiser, that Devils Triple Trouble. And obviously you were with Campbelltown City there, and Mario Boffa was your coach there.
That's right, yep.
So, Triple Trouble. Now, what I can't understand, you all defenders, how did you vie for positions?
We actually suited it well because one was sort of more to the left, one was to the right, and I was sort of pushed up as a right fullback, so it sort of worked well, really.
So they must have been good times playing for Campbelltown like that.
Yeah, good days.
Yeah.
Definitely, good memories. You probably don't appreciate it when you're doing it, but when it's not there anymore, you probably do more so, but yeah, good days.
And do you often think about it, Daniel? Because a lot of times players do say that they're basically on autopilot, but then when you sit back and have a look at what you've done, these memories do start flooding back.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like Mike said, you know, they were good days, and it would be nice to all finish up together one day again, but whether it happens or not, I don't know.
Oh, well, I mean, that would be... And people do keep asking you that question, don't they? When are you all going to play for the same club again? So, might be interesting to see what happens in the next few years. Now, listen, of course, this is a Super League segment, so we're going to have a look at what happened over the weekend. Now, there were some catch-up games, and they were for round 7, games that were actually delayed because of weather, and they were replayed again. Now, as we mentioned, your match was the Campbelltown City and Metro Stars match, and as we can see, well, Campbelltown took it away from you guys, 3-0, with Stanko Zilic scoring, Matthew Deegan and Jason Chimbroli. Now, Jason Chimbroli is in actual fact the top goal scorer for the Super League as well, on 11 goals at the moment. So, you know, he's been doing very, very well. And of course, the Adelaide Blue Eagles and Adelaide Hills match was yet again postponed, and that was, of course, due to poor pitch condition at Martin Sports Complex. So that's going to have to be replayed again at some stage. But going back to the match, well, actually, no, we won't. What we'll do is we'll have a look at the ladder first, and then we will talk about the match, and we'll look at some of the footage because we were down there filming that match, and let me tell you, it was an absolute fantastic battle. So let's have a look at the table after round 11, and that does include that one match that Campbelltown and Metro Stars did play. And of course, Michael's very happy here because you can see that Campbelltown is on top on 23 points. And Metro Stars are on 21, equal with Adelaide Blue Eagles, who's still got the game in hand, on 21 points. Raiders are on 19, Adelaide City on 17, Para Hills and Galaxy sitting together, they're on 14 points. Western Strikers on 10 and Adelaide Hills on 8, and Modbury at the bottom there on 4 points. So the two promoted teams are finding it a little bit tough at the moment and struggling, but obviously trying to get a few more wins under their belt to maintain their place in the Super League. Now, that game, it was an absolute beauty, let me tell you. So tight. First half was so tight. And it wasn't really until in the second half when Ivan Karlovic was sent off that the whole game turned around, obviously, for obvious reasons, having a player like that being sent off. But if we can roll the tape and have a look at some of that footage so we can have a chat to it, it was a very tight tussle, and let me tell you that you three guys feature in quite a lot of this footage, and integral in a lot of the times being able to deflect the ball away and prevent your opposition